Hello, welcome to Heart Academy for January 25th, 2017. This video is for the 8th grade classes on practice on surface area of rectangular prisms and for cylinders. I'm first going to start with cylinders, and I'm going to practice with some of the problems from last night's homework. This page was the second page of cylinders, so it should say, I think thank you, MS1 on it. And I'm going to start with number 1. I have the formula written right here, and let's see. All I'm going to do is start plugging some numbers in. Okay, so I have 2 times pi 3.14 times the radius. As you can see, the radius is 15. Remember, the halfway mark is the radius. If this line went all the way through, it would be giving us the diameter. And if that was the case, we would just divide whatever the diameter number is by 2 in order to get the radius. So, but since this is only halfway, that is the radius, so I can just keep that number. So, 2 times pi times the radius, which is 15, right? Okay, and then times the height, which is 28. That takes care of the first half of the equation. Now, the second half of the equation, I'm going to add that with 2 times pi times, this is the part I think people get confused on the most. It says radius squared. So if I know the radius is 15, I'm going to square it first, okay? So remember, 15 squared, that's radius squared, because radius is 15, and I need to put in radius squared. This is not 15 times 2. It is 15 times 15. So, 15 times 15 is what should go here for the final part of your formula. Any help now? The gentlemen in my class are going to tell me what 15 times 15 is. Any day now. All right. Anybody got a calculator?
I'm going to try to do this one in my head.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Calculator? Is it 125? Oh, that's right. I forgot. Even calculator over here. This is 125?
Probably.
225? How do you know that so quickly? I don't get it. Okay, so moving on. I don't understand how he does that. Okay.
Use the calculator.
That's fine. Did you? I don't even have one. I gotta grab one of my What did I do with my calculator?
I don't know how you would do that.
Oh, I thought you did. I was like, thank you. All right, so now we're going to multiply the first half of the formula. Let's do this. Let's see if we come up with the same answer. Okay, so I have 2 times 3.14 times 15 times 28. For this first half, I got 2,000 or 26,000. Nope, that is 2,637.6. And now for the second half, I have 2 times 3.14 times 225. 141.3. 141.3. And the last part of this formula is to add those two numbers together in order to get our complete answer. So, 141.3 plus 2,637.6, I have 4,050. So add those together. My answer is 4,050. So I can put that on my answer line there. 4050.6 meters squared. Not too bad. Okay. So now, let's try the second one. They're long. They're very long. But, you know, it's not really hard work, except, you know, sometimes you might get tripped up with the radius squared thing. It's just a long process to go through it all. Okay? So, good thing you don't have to memorize these formulas. Ooh. Sometimes you do have to memorize formulas. So for number 2, start with the first half of the formula. 2 times pi times the radius. And this one did give us the radius. 16, because remember, halfway means radius. If it was this, that's diameter. And all you would do is divide by 2 in order to figure out what the halfway mark is. So, but this one gave us the radius already, so we don't have to do anything except bring it up. So times 16 times the height, which is 23. And then I'm going to add that with the second half of the formula. 2 times pi times, okay, radius squared. The radius is 16, so radius squared is 16 times 16.
256.
I knew that. 256. Did you hear that voice? Sometimes my brain can actually speak, and it comes out as a male voice of a 14-year-old. I'm sorry, brain. What was that again? 256?
Yes.
See that? I converse with my brain. Do you converse with your brain? I'm not crazy.
Also, remember, you have that medical appointment for that embarrassing war coming up.
Thank you, brain. What would I do without you? All righty. So now we're that was funny. Okay, so now we're going to multiply all this. We have 2 times 3.14 times 16 times 23. I get 2,311. That's 2,311.04. Multiply the second half. That's 2 times 3.14 times 256. 256. That one is going to be 1,607.68. And brain, what's the final step we're going to do right here?
You can add them together.
See, I told you to like my smarter what? Okay. So we're going to add these together. Okay. So 2311.04, right, plus 1607.68. And I got 3,918.72. So I'll put that on my answer for number 2. Move that around a little bit. 3,918.72 meters squared. Ta-da! Ooh, we're going to do one more because this one has the diameter, not the radius. So I'll make sure everyone knows what to do on that. So we will start back with the formula again. Okay, and plug this in. Alrighty. Alright, so I have 2 times pi 3.14 times the radius. Okay, so as you can see, the line on this one goes all the way across. That is not the radius, it's the diameter. The radius is only halfway across. I've had some students ask, well, how do I know what the radius is if it gives you the diameter? Easy. Divide that number by 2. Or think, what's half of this amount? Half of this amount is 18. That was my subconscious. They have different voices, the brain and subconscious. Okay. Only when you're super smart like that, do your voices end up being juvenile males.
I think that's the sign of your mind losing brain cells. Probably from all of those energy drinks.
I told you. Brian, I thought we were going to keep that on the low. All right. Now, so half of 36, subconscious says is 18. So I will multiply that by 18. So if the diameter is 36, the radius, halfway mark, is 18. Okay. And then I can multiply that with the height, as you can see, is 37. I get this feeling my brain and subconscious are, conspiring against me. I don't, and does anybody else feel that? I mean, or is it just me?
I have nothing to be afraid of.
Now, I'm going to add it to this half, which is 2 times pi times, all right, now radius squared. We know the radius is 18. Radius squared is not 18 times 2. It is 18 times 18, which is,
24.
that's how smart I am, 324. Boom. I mean, should I be on Jeopardy or what?
Jeopardy doesn't do math.
I'm going to start a group called Math. See how smart I am? I knew Jeopardy didn't do math. I know my answers to my questions before I ask the question.
It's just that your brain is constantly at war with itself, and the one half that's truly intelligent never really gets its voice heard. And then there's the one that always spouts crazy stuff like maniacal laughs whenever you will have
Did y'all hear something? So we're going to multiply all these together. 2 times 3.14 times 18 times 37. Okay. For this half, I have 4,182.48. Okay. And then add that with this. Let's multiply those. I have 2 times the 3.14 times the 324. Okay, that's 2,034.72. And our final step is to add these together. And adding these together, we should get a big number of 4182.48 plus 2034.72. All right. Our answer to that is 6,217.2. And then, of course, oh, this unit is in feet, so you can put square feet. Feet. Okay, with those 3 examples, I think those are 3 pretty good examples on how to do surface area of cylinders. And on the next video, we'll do surface area of rectangular prisms. All right, see you on the next one. Me, my subconscious, and the brain.